Hey everyone, welcome back to the Pocket Motorsports channel. I'm Jacob Beerwagon, and today I want to talk to you about the No Name Nationals and this 71 CUDA. I've had a lot of questions about both lately. I've had some people ask me if I'm going to the No Name Nationals, and it sounds like a lot of fun. I just kind of want to know what the folks watching my videos think. And then also I've had a lot of questions on this, so we're going to go over all the details and what's all done to it, what it is. And No Name Nationals. I've looked around the internet, haven't been able to find a website on that. Well, maybe I did, but it had some conflicting information, something about it being in Tennessee, but then most people that I've seen on YouTube says it's in Sikeston, Missouri, I think it is. Anyways, so I don't know, maybe one of you guys could point me in the right direction for where I can find out more information on that. And also, if anyone wants to see it there, if you guys want to see this car at the No Name Nationals, make some noise, because so far, it's a long ways away. Got a lot of work to do if I'm to drive this old girl down there, and I don't know that much about it. So I know it's YouTuber drag races, September 29th or 30th and October 1st or something. In Sikeston, Missouri, I believe. But yeah, maybe I don't know. Make some noise if you guys want to see it there. All right, now about the car. I'm here today to tell you about this 71 CUDA. I've gotten a lot of comments on it here recently, and a lot of people wanting to know just details about it and the story behind it, so I'm going to go into that right now. I had to make a little list here because I've had the car a long time and I can't remember everything that has been done to it. So a lot of people asking about the little 318 small block that's in it. I built that engine when I was in high school, quite a few years ago now, probably 9 or so years ago. Anyways, it's a 318 LA small block Chrysler engine. It's 430 over. It's got some flat top hypertectic pistons in it. The compression ratio is roughly 9-to-1-ish. It's fully rebuilt. It has maybe a couple thousand miles on it. I've driven it really hard every time I've had it out since I've had it going. I've raced it several times. So, but more about the details here. It had a valve job from a local machinist that I used to take my stuff to, and so he did really good work. It has double valve springs. It has a mild Iskanderian cam in it. I have the little tag somewhere, but it's mild. It's not anything crazy, not like a race cam or anything. It's had headers on it, and just recently I started to build a custom set of headers, but it has hooker headers on it. Edelbrock RPM air gap intake. It has an Edelbrock Performer carburetor, 750 CFM. Also has a Pro Billet MSD distributor with a 6AL box. Aluminum Champion radiator in it. Got a funny story there. One time I was taking me and some friends to town to get some burgers, and a bird hit my radiator, punched a hole in it, and yeah, that was no good. We started overheating on our way home. So anyways, I had to replace it with an aluminum one, so that was a good decision. The transmission, it's a TCI 904 automatic, so it's kind of I think some people refer to it as the baby torque flight. It's got the TCI torque converter. I believe it's 2400 RPM stall speed, so nothing crazy. I put a little pistol grip shifter in it I'll take the camera off here, off the stand, and show it to you guys in a minute. And then the differential, it's a 8 3/4 inch Chrysler differential. It's one of the heavier duty ones. It has the bigger diameter pinion shaft in it. And I rebuilt that when I was in college. I put 391 or 390 gear ratio in it, and True Track, Detroit True Track carrier. And yeah, I put all new bearings and stuff in when I rebuilt that. And then the body, it's all been sandblasted. I did that when I was in high school. I had a friend who had connections at a rental shop, and they basically for free gave me a like commercial grade sandblaster, and all I had to do was pay for the sand to sandblast this car. So I was really fortunate there. And got the whole thing sandblasted, got rid of the 99% of the rust. We replaced the quarters, the upper firewall. This was a super rusty car. I had to put patch panels in the roof too. The taillight panel, rear quarter extensions, the deck lid. The original deck lid was completely rusted out, so I just got a new one. Deck lid filler panel, and then I have over 50 custom made patch panels in this car. I'm not an expert at building those, but I have quite a bit of experience just from this one project here. And when I was in high school, I couldn't afford to get, you know, complete floor pans or everything. You know, I spent most of my money on the quarter panels and the deck lid, so I had to build most of the patch panels for the floor and the roof and stuff myself. And as you can see, I never got around to fixing these rust holes, basically the front clip and doors and the hood. I didn't get around to that yet. I mainly just did like the shell of the car for starters, and then I still have that to do. But you know, sometimes life happens and you don't always get everything done. So I got rid of the original seats. I was autocrossing it, and I got tired of taking corners and sliding out of my seat, and my leg had hit the shifter, and it was no fun. So I have some Corbu seats in it. They're the LG1 wide seats. I'm kind of a broader feller, so the wide seats are kind of a must-have for me. And I got them used off of some off-road guy for like $400 back in the day, and they were a little beat up, but they're just such a big improvement from the factory seats if you're doing a lot of racing. So then the suspension, didn't really do a whole lot there. It has polyurethane bushings. My father-in-law, for one of my birthdays, bought me a rear sway bar for the car, so it has front and rear sway bars now. It's an adjustable one. I haven't really got around to playing with it much, but it does handle noticeably better with that, so I'd say that was a good improvement. And then just all the tie rod ends, idler pitman arm, ball joints, all that bushings, bearings. I replaced all that a long time ago when I was in high school. So mechanically, this car is almost brand new. I would say, aside from the outer wheel bearings for the rear end, which are pressed onto the axle shafts, I haven't replaced those, and then the steering box. Aside from those, this car is almost completely rebuilt. New U-joints, yeah, so. And then the wheels and tires. Got rid of the 14-inch wheels and tires, the factory Mopar ones, and I got a set of replica ones from year one that are 17 by 9s, and they are, I like them. They're a nice looking wheel, I think. I'll show them to you guys. And then I got some BFG tires on the front. I believe they're G-Force is the model, and then some competition, something true content. I'll show you guys. All right, so that's a list of everything I got done to it. I believe I went over everything. So kind of a mild, small block car, basically, with everything rebuilt. So let's take a walk around. All right, so these are the year one like rally wheel replicas. They're 17 by 9s. I got these tires because I like the tread pattern on them. They're a BF Goodrich. What are they? G-Force TA KOWs. And that's a 275 40 17. Love those tires. I want something a little wider for the back, and I couldn't find it in that tread pattern, so I got these Continental Extreme Contacts, and that's a 285 40 17. So that's what's in the back. Started doing patch panels here to get rid of the micro lights, but when I was in high school, I replaced this taillight panel, the deck lid, quarters, this filler panel, the deck lid gutter rails in there, and then there's another piece behind here. They call them the quarter extension. So I had to replace all that. It was a really rusty car. It used to have rusted out spots in here, so I put some patch panels in here when I was in high school. Like I said, over 50 custom made patch panels for this car. Since then, I have put these what do you call them, subframe connectors in, and all it is a 2x4 piece of square tubing, 120 wall, and I just cut a slot in the floor and cut this out, slid this into the inside the rear frame rail, and plug welded on each side, and then butted it up against a cross member in the front and welded it there. All right, so here we are under the car. There is the subframe connector. It connects into the rear frame rail, comes all the way forward, and then butts up to this subframe up here. So I think that was a pretty good investment. Sturdied the car up a lot. So, and my exhaust is just hanging lower than ever. Another thing I did, I was always a fan of the pistol grip shifter in these Mopars. So they didn't make them for the automatic, but originally, but aftermarket they have these. And I had to get that shifter. It was expensive. It was like 200 bucks, but I just love it. Probably one of the best shifters ever as far as muscle cars go are these Mopar ones. This is a sweet, like, legit slapstick. Like, I mean, that's pretty sick, especially for a factory thing. The core boost seats, LG1 wide seats, they're reclinable. That was also a pretty good improvement. And then the engine. I already told you guys about this, but there she is. Like I said, Edelbrock RPM air gap intake, Performer 750 carburetor, hooker header on this side. On this side, I started custom building a new header, mostly because the original flanges on the hooker header were too thin. And so I got these shorty headers for like a Dodge Magnum engine, and they have nice 3/8 thick flanges on it, so that should not leak at all. And also, if I'm not going under the car, I don't have to worry about them dragging on the ground. So, and the Champion radiator, I put a GM 1-wire alternator in here. Still got to trim this bracket away, but the old alternator just wasn't quite cutting it as far as charging goes, so that was a big improvement. Yeah, Isky cam, flat top pistons, 30 over, 9-to-1 compression. Got a little false advertising going on there with the 340 air cleaner. It's to scare all the 318 guys. But little do they know, This is a 318 also. No one believes me though. They all think it's some big bad big block or something. And no, just a 318. Like, comment, subscribe, or just tell me what you think. That'd be sweet. Out.